Hi, Forester Dragons. We're going to try to get through this lesson as quickly as possible. This is the last step of your koi fish project. So we were learning about emphasis and we were learning about variety, which are principles of design or art. Variety is having many different choices. You're supposed to do that in your koi fish by adding something that is uniquely you. I added lightsabers to mine. We're also emphasizing our fish. It is the largest thing in our project. So sometimes artists emphasize through color, as in this gumball, sometimes size. Okay, let's go ahead and move quickly. Miss Escu's already done a couple of the steps because I've made this video 3 times now, so this will be the third. I've made it twice, but so here we go. So you have your lily pads, right? On the lily pads, I want you to use markers. You already cut them out. Use markers just to do an outline around the edge and over your black lines. I went ahead and did a double outline with the green, okay? And I even took and did 1 layer of blue on the inside, just to give it a little more, okay? So they're all like this. Okay, I'm gonna set those to the side. I'm going to use crayon on my fish a little bit. So I'm actually going to use, I'm not going to use a color that I probably would use in my ocean. So I want to pick some other kind of, well, I actually might use this kind of fluorescent orange on my fins. But I'm only going to use it on the small ones, and then the ones that are large and hang into the water, I'm going to just use on the part that attaches to the body. Because remember, the wax in this crayon works as a repellent for the water. So just maybe along those edges. Okay? So next to the body and along the edge itself. Okay. Okay, once you get that portion done, I'm also going to do it in the eye. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little crayon in the mouth. I'm also going to do my lightsabers. I'm going to have one that is purple and one that is green, like Yoda's. Okay, see? And in my ocean itself, I'm going to take different shades of blue and purple, my cool colors, and create kind of spirals. And I know I said ocean, but it's really kind of a koi fish pond, right? So I can create dots and spirals with the different colors. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and do that real fast. I don't think you need to watch me do all of that. Okay. Okay, you can see how I've done spirals and curves. I'm also going to add a little bit of marker, maybe in blues and purples in the water. Same kind of dots and waves and the koi fish pond. Okay. I'm going to go ahead at this point because my paper is going to be really wet, and I'm going to glue on my lily pads. Now my lily pads don't have to completely fit on the paper. They can hang off a little bit. So I'm going to get them on different parts of my paper. Okay. Okay, so you can see that. Then I'm going to take the marker. I'm going to use the marker to finish off my fish. You can see I started to outline with the orange here. Just like we did with our cities, I'm just going to outline that edge around that black line, everything. And I'm going to go around it twice. You could even add a layer of red if you wanted for a second color inside, kind of like I did the blue and the green on the lily pads. So even on the fins here. Okay. Let's see, I do have a layer of red I could add on the inside if I wanted to. And around the eye. Okay. So I'm even going to add a little where I had the black scales. So my marker portion is done. I'm going to use the water and my paintbrush now, and I'm going to blend the marker first. So I'm just blending my marker just like we've always done. So I'm going to pause it and finish blending my marker, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you. Be sure you blend the marker on your lily pads too. Okay. Okay, I've blended all the marker on my lily pads, my fish fins. Now I'm ready for the ocean portion. So you can use salt, and you can just paint with the salt water. So here I have a cup of water, and I can pour some salt in. And I can just paint with the salt water, like put it on the paper and get it really wet. You can kind of see it shining there. And once I get that salt water on the paper, I can take the color I want and dip it in, and you can see how it just spreads around. That's the cool thing about the salt. You can also just pour salt on the paper after you watercolor. If you don't have watercolors, then just use the marker like we did in the last project and bleed the marker with the water. Okay? Or you can just color it. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to mix some green streaks and blue in my background. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then I will come back to you. Let me show you. If I wanted to pour the salt on, I would just take a little and sprinkle it on a little bit like that. Okay? So you can do it however you want. I'm going to bleed mine a little bit. But I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to come back and finish up with the next step with y'all in just a couple minutes here. Okay, you can see how I finished all the koi fish pond all around it. The next step I'm going to show you, and I'm already spilling my glue, but I'm going to take a paper towel, and we're going to use this paper towel. I'm going to cut different sizes circles. This is going to be, remember how we colored with marker, watercolor, paper towels? I'm going to cut some different size circles. So these are going to be kind of the smaller circles. Do a medium. And then I'm going to do a large. Kind of cutting them in different ways. And they don't have to be perfect circles. You just want kind of 3 separate sizes. And then you're going to layer these and cut little slits in them like this around the edges. like you're cutting into toward the center. Okay, just to give it a little texture. Once you finish doing that, you're going to stack them and glue them together on your lily pads. So I'm going to take the biggest one. I'm going to use glue. Make a dot in the middle, stick one on. Okay. And then I'll put another color in the middle. And you can trim and make different sizes or layer them in different ways, whatever works for you. And then kind of scrunch them up, and you can create your flower. And I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to finish mine, and then I'll show it to you, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Okay, hi. So I have finished. I've squished up my paper towel flowers. My koi fish is done. I have emphasized my fish. It is the biggest thing and the brightest thing on my paper. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.